Now, this is quite a discovery. Fragments of a biblical scroll, along with other relics, have been found in desert caves in Israel.
Since the inception of the written word, scrolls and books have served as permanent repository of historical information. Modern historians have devoted themselves to unraveling the enigmas embedded within these texts. Among these volumes, some stand out due to the unsettling content they hold. These books delve into accounts of peculiar occurrences and long-lost languages that haven't been spoken for millennia. Notably, one such book has garnered attention and was discussed by the esteemed physicist Michio Kaku. This recently discovered ancient Bible contains revelations of a chilling nature. However, that's not the only intriguing aspect to consider. Michio Kaku, co-founder of string field theory, stirred controversy when reports surfaced suggesting he had provided evidence for the existence of God. According to the quotes attributed to him, Kaku stated, "I have come to the conclusion that we live in a world governed by rules crafted by an intelligent entity. It is evident to me that our existence follows a plan shaped by universal intelligence rather than being the result of mere chance." Given this context, what exactly did Michio Kaku have to say about the aforementioned book? Let's delve into the details and find out. Christianity stands as one of the most prevalent religions globally, boasting a substantial number of followers. Even for those who may not strictly adhere to its practices, Christianity holds significant and profound implications in the history of our world. A distinguishing characteristic shared by major religions worldwide is the presence of a sacred text, typically a voluminous book that encapsulates and elucidates the principles, doctrines, and divine laws believed to originate from disciples of God or God Himself. For Christians, this revered book is the Bible, subject to various interpretations but preserving the core teachings. Its narratives serve as moral compasses and pathways toward the universal truths that humanity seeks to uncover to varying extents. The Bible's profound significance is what stirred both alarming and exhilarating news emerging from Turkey, where authorities announced the discovery of an ancient manuscript suspected to be an incredibly old version of the Bible. This revelation has recently been brought to public attention by Michio Kaku. Comprising the Old and New Testaments, the Bible recounts events that are widely accepted as evidence of Jesus' existence and his earthly presence. Although variations exist among the texts and authors within the Bible's testaments, this unearthing of a 2,000-year-old Bible manuscript has sent shockwaves throughout the world and the Christian faith in particular. Notably, it presents an alternate narrative that challenges the traditional understanding, particularly emphasizing that Jesus was not crucified. According to Kaku, he shared that a knowledgeable friend of his, who specializes in antique books, indicated that the Bible in question is not technically a Bible, but rather a documented work attributed to Saint Barnabas, who was closely associated with the Apostle Paul. The book's discovery came about when a band of thieves involved in antiquities was intercepted while attempting to smuggle not only the Bible, but also numerous other valuable treasures worth millions of dollars. Each page of the book is crafted from animal hide, and the contents are written in a distinctive handwriting that is challenging to replicate. This handwritten text, composed in the Syriac language, holds great significance as it is an Aramaic dialect that was also spoken by Jesus himself. Experts, including Kaku's friend, have thoroughly examined the book and concluded that it dates back between 15,000 and 2,000 years, possibly even older, adding to its estimated value of around $20 million. However, the contents of this ancient manuscript deviate from the familiar narrative. With the Gospel of Barnabas, an astonishing claim emerges. It suggests that instead of Jesus, it was Judas who was crucified, and further asserts that Jesus ascended to heaven while still alive. Another noteworthy section of this book, known as Barnabas's Gospel, challenges the traditional beliefs upheld in the Holy Bible. Unlike the recognized concept of Jesus as the Son of God, Barnabas's Gospel presents him merely as a prophet who conveyed God's word. Notably, the book even casts doubt on the authenticity of the Apostle Paul, accusing him of being an impostor. Given that St. Barnabas, the purported author, had close ties to the Apostle Paul, This revelation has sparked considerable interest among biblical scholars and historians. The extraordinary nature of these claims has prompted researchers to question the authenticity of the book, adding an element of intrigue to the investigation. During the time of writing the New Testament, it was commonly believed that the council held the authority to select and include specific information in the Bible. It seems evident from what we have observed thus far that they intentionally chose to exclude any details provided in the Gospel of Barnabas and other non-canonical Gospels in favor of more widely accepted passages. However, certain researchers propose that the reason behind omitting specific references to the Gospel of Barnabas is the absence of any account of St. Barnabas's death in the Bible, making him the only saint whose demise is not mentioned in the established canon. The discovery of this enigmatic book has not only captured the interest of Kaku and experts worldwide, but has also led to the Vatican's request to examine it. Moreover, experts who have meticulously analysed the manuscript have reached the conclusion that this Bible is genuine and not a fabricated work, countering the belief held by many individuals. Moreover, in a recent podcast, Michio Kaku also discussed another archaeological excavation that took place. This dig resulted in the discovery of a new collection of Dead Sea Scrolls, which are fragments of ancient biblical texts dating back nearly 2,000 years. These scrolls were believed to have been hidden during a Jewish rebellion against the Roman Empire and were found in an Israeli desert. The Israel Antiquities Authority announced that over a span of 4 years, an archaeological expedition uncovered portions of the Book of the 12 Minor Prophets, including the books of Zechariah and Nahum. This remarkable find marked the first of its kind in 60 years. Furthermore, during the excavation, the remains of a mummified child, estimated to be around 6,000 years old, were discovered. Remarkably, the child's skin, tendons, and even hair were partially preserved. In addition to this extraordinary find, a 10,500-year-old basket was also unearthed, believed by Israeli authorities to be the oldest known basket in the world. A CT scan of the child's remains revealed an age range between 6 and 12 years old. Among the recovered texts, which are all in Greek, is Nahum 1:5-6, which says, "The mountains quake because of him, and the hills melt. The earth heaves before him, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his wrath? Who can resist his fury? His anger pours out like fire, and rocks are shattered because of him." Kaku said during the podcast that according to authorities, these words in the newly discovered Dead Sea Scrolls exhibit slight variations from other versions of the Bible, providing rare insights into the evolution of the biblical text over time from its original form. The original Dead Sea Scrolls were initially found in 1947 by a Bedouin shepherd in the same region and are widely recognized as one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. However, there is ongoing debate among biblical scholars regarding their authorship. While the majority of these scrolls are housed in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem, both Jordan and the Palestinian Authority have also laid claim to ownership. Qumran, located in the West Bank where the scrolls were found, is situated within land that Israel gained control of during the 1967 war and would potentially be part of a future Palestinian state. Avi Cohen, the CEO of the Ministry of Jerusalem and Heritage, expressed great excitement about these recent findings and their significance in shedding light on our history. He emphasized that these discoveries are not only important to Israel's cultural heritage, but also to that of the entire world. Alongside the words, other valuable items were uncovered, including a collection of coins featuring Jewish symbols like a harp and a date palm, as well as arrowheads, spearheads, woven fabric, sandals, and lice combs. These artifacts are presumed to date back to the conclusion of the Bar Kokhba revolt, 132 to 136 AD, during which Jews fought against Roman rule in Judea. The valuable items were found in the Judean desert within a cave known as the Cave of Horror, as identified by the Antiquities Authority. The exceptionally dry climate of the area has remarkably preserved the documents and artifacts discovered there. The researchers had to navigate a treacherous cliff face and use techniques reminiscent of Hollywood movies, including rappelling down a dangerous cliff and employing drones to survey challenging cave areas to reach the cave entrance, situated 262 feet below the cliff top and surrounded by gorges on both sides. It should be noted that access to the cave is strictly prohibited due to safety concerns. These extraordinary findings were brought to light as part of an Israeli project aimed at preventing looting in the Holy Land, which experts believe has posed an ongoing threat to unknown antiquities ever since the initial discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Israel Hasson, the director of the Antiquities Authority who led the effort, called upon the Israeli government to take further action in safeguarding future unearthed artifacts. As per the Israel Antiquities Authority, a comprehensive mapping effort using drones and advanced survey technologies has identified 600 caves. Apart from the recently disclosed finding, around 20 caves still hold the potential for significant artifacts. Although the fragments contain only small portions of Old Testament text, they hold value for scholars. Professor Fidanzio observed that they exhibit textual fluidity, indicating a time when the biblical text was not yet stable or fixed. It was during a later period that the scriptures were canonized, establishing a definitive version that has been faithfully passed down to the present day. The scroll discovered in the Cave of Horror can provide valuable insights to scholars in understanding this transitional stage that led to the formation of the final text. Now we would love to hear your thoughts on these recent discoveries shared by Kaku. Feel free to share your comments below.